Hi guys, this is Mia from MiMo Design Laser Files. Today I'll teach you how to make egg and bunny silhouettes like these. Later I will teach you how to decorate them. These are almost the exact same bunnies and eggs that I have in the window. I will show you with the egg how to decorate it in different type of ways. And in my third tutorial, I will be making these videos in 3 different parts because designing takes a little longer than just designing. But in my third video, I will also teach you how you can make 3D designs out of your bunny. But if you want to learn how to draw these eggs and the bunny shape by just using circles in LightBurn, stick around and watch this video. Designing these are incredibly easy. Let's begin with the egg shape and then I will show you how to make the bunny. First of all, I want to set my layer to line instead of fill. Another option when designing is that you can go to window and you can toggle on fill smooth if you want it to be a solid color as I just showed you, or you can click over to wireframe smooth. Then if you are in filled, you will still be able to see your lines. I recommend switching over to the wireframe smooth when you are designing your projects. But let's begin. I always design on the outside of my workspace, and as said, all you need to do is to create these circles over here. So I'll create a circle and I'll just drag it. Doesn't matter how wide or slim you make it. Once you have your circle, you go to Tools, and down in Tools you can choose Warp Selection, 4 points. If you hold down your Shift key, you will be able to manipulate the entire shape on both sides. So you just continue with this until you feel like you have the shape that you want. If you stretch it, you make it longer. If you hold it down, you make it wider. And it's honestly really easy. I think my egg will look good around here maybe. So I'll just click off. If I think it is a little too slim, I can just drag my arrows and manipulate it a little more. So this is the egg shape. The bunny is actually pretty simple as well. You take your circle and you just drag out a circle. This will be the shape of the heads. I do want my bunny to have chins. So again, I will grab a circle and I'll make kind of an oval down here. I will just move it around where I think it would look nice. Maybe make it a little wider. And once you feel like you have them, you mark both. Go up to Align and align them V-center. I usually don't use my shortkeys when I'm doing these tutorials, but in this case you do have a few shortkeys that will be really handy. So for welds, you can use the shortkeys Control or Command W. To return or undo, you can use the shortkeys Control or Command +Z. These are handy because if I mark both and I hit Control W, I can weld it. If I'm not satisfied with the shape, I'll just hit Control Z and I can go back. So I wasn't really satisfied with this look, so I might make the head a little slimmer. Again, I will align center and I'll hit Control W. And this shape is more as I want it to be. I will still go back and undo because I want to add in some ears. The ears is also just a circle or an oval. So I will make a long oval like this, and then I will flip it. I will move it a little closer to my body. Just move this a little like that. And once I have it positioned where I want it, I think I'm actually going to make one that's a little wider. So like that maybe. Just delete this one. Oops, I have to click my arrow. And I will tilt this a little instead. And I think this will look better. Once I have positioned the first ear, I right-click my mouse and I duplicate. Then I go up to Mirror Selection horizontally, and now it is mirrored. So I will just use my arrows on my keyboard and move it a little to the sides. What I do want is the space between the ears to be enough to add in a hole for a string. So now that I have both my ears, I will mark both of them and I will actually go in and group them together. Now I can hold down Control and click my head and I'll align V-center. Right now, everything is aligned to perfection. I will then mark everything and I will weld them together. And there's my bunny shape. But since I'm also doing a tutorial on how to make it into a 3D bunny, I will just undo this and I will duplicate my bunny. Keep this over here as my work file, and then I will weld this together again. The reason that I always like to keep this as a work file is that once we are going to make it into the 3D bunnies like these, I will have to use some of these shapes to weld and cut the top layer together. So I will not delete this project from scratch, but now I have my bunny and my egg. If I want to use these as is, a little ornament as example, again I will copy, paste or duplicate. So I always have this file to get back to as well. Let's create a little eye to a string. So again, I will grab a circle, and if I hold down my shift key, you can see that it will make it perfectly round. I'll just delete this one and ignore the notification. So shift key will make it perfectly round. I usually make my string circle 5 millimeter. That's about 0.2 inches. So I will rub the circle, and my bunny and the egg is pretty large right now. So I'll just scale it down to a size that would be appropriate for an ornament. I usually make mine around 10 centimeters, which is 100 millimeters. And I'll just do the same with the height of my egg. So now they are approximately the same size. I will just go in and make my egg a little larger so they match a little better together. Now that I have my hole, I will squeeze it down to my bunny, and I'll click both and align V-center. I might as well copy and paste this one to the egg as well. I will make an offset, so I'll go over here and click this round oval thing, and here you can set your offset. I want it to be outward, and for ornaments or the hanger hole, I usually keep mine around 3 or 4. So I think 3 would be great on this one. So I'll just hit OK. And I'll move down my eye here a little closer. I don't want to build in the hole, obviously, so I'll click the bunny shape and click the outer ring, and then I can build these together. The same for the egg. I will take the circle, align it V-center, go in and add the offset on 3 millimeters. I'll bring it down, and I will weld these two together. So now I actually have my offset. Another reason that I always keep the shape is because if I wanted to decorate it like these as example, you want to make an inward offset, but you might risk that it will mess up because of the hanger hole that you have in the top up here. So I always keep my work files or sketches, clip art, call them what you want, separately, so I can go back and not have to do everything once again. But it's as easy as this. If you want to learn how, again, to decorate your Easter eggs and also how to make the 3D bunnies, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I will have both tutorials on that subject coming up soon. If there's anything else that you would like me to show you or teach you, please drop a comment below, and also drop a comment below about what you think of this little project. I hope you learned something today, and I really look forward to seeing you again.